Hi, Aastha.
Hey,
Hi.
nice to meet you.
Yeah, same here, likewise. So, really appreciate your time you giving us for Devfolio and Polygon, and actually mentoring the builders and beginners both. So,
No, I think it's pleasure of mine. I really love the vibes over here. I really love the excitement the builders and all sort of developers are
yeah,
having here. So I think it's great job you guys. You've done a really great job.
thank you so much. Awesome. So, it wouldn't be possible without you guys' support, obviously.
Course.
So, you mentioned something about the vibe right here, and the vibe is mostly created by the developers over here. And like a lot of folks are coming into the Web 2 from Web 2 to Web 3 space, and there's a lot of transition being going on.
Yep.
So, what advice would you give to the people out there who are making this transition phase, and where do you think how should they be equipped before they jump into this space? So,
Yeah. I think, like this is a very general question that a lot of people ask, right? I just believe they're just immersed in this Web3 culture, right? This culture is so interesting. It's so beautiful culture it is. Find out the right people, follow them, learn about them. There's so many interesting educational resources available from Gitcoin or from Polygon Academy as well.
Yeah.
Go and learn those people, talk to a lot of people. I have seen that all the people that you reach out to, people are definitely there to support you and help you on how they basically how their journey was started, how they basically got entry into the Web3 world.
Yeah.
And then there are always very interesting ways to find out, either you can start building something by yourselves or let's say just take part in some of the bounties that are available.
Yeah.
So many interesting protocols are listing so many interesting bounties. So just enter the market. And as I said, just get into the market, right? And there's so many options to get into. You can find out the perfect job. Either you're a tech or a non-tech person. Educational resources, bounties, Twitter, and so much so on. So I think just get into that culture and you'll be there.
Awesome. So I'm very curious to know about your journey. How did
Sure.
it start out for you, and how
Sure.
were you introduced to Polygon, and how did you take the role? So what was your journey like?
Sure. So I'm not a techie. I'm a CA by qualification. Interesting, right? So I'm a CA by qualification, but I think I was basically into the core Web2 world of and was leading sales and partnerships and other sort of growth teams altogether in the Web2 world.
Yeah.
I think like anyone else, I just got introduced to Web2 world with the crypto world just by basic trading and etc.
Yeah.
But then I had a friend of mine. He was basically managing auditing of a lot of these crypto and blockchain funds.
Okay.
He got me into this entire domain. I started working with him. I started understanding into this entire space, and that's when I realized the scope is humongous, right? And that's when I started writing about this entire space. I started my own Substack, putting on certain use cases around it, what all we can do. This could be an insurance or lending or, around how actually we can create inclusivity or let's say eradicate poverty and et cetera, et cetera. So I started writing about all of these cases, including CBDC and everything.
Wow.
And that's when a couple of folks observed it, got connected with the Polygon team, interviewed, had great discussions, and that's it. Today I'm here.
Awesome. Yeah. Right now, that's my privilege to share this space with you.
Yes.
So now the best part is you know the Web2 world. And you made a smooth transition from Web3.
Yeah.
So you exactly know the use cases of what it means to be part of both the worlds.
Yeah.
And from jumping from Web2 to Web3, where do you think, for you personally, where do you envision Web3 to go? What is your end goal or the North Star for Web3?
Oh wow, very interesting question. I think North Star, I'm not saying that, of course Web3 is here, right? It is there to stay, even with, when we think about the market conditions and etc. But I think it is there to stay.
Yeah.
I feel there are a lot of use cases that could be solved just with the Web2 piece, and there are a lot of use cases that could be solved with Web3 use cases, right? Today, as everyone say, we have not even reached 1% of the use cases that could be solved via blockchain as a core technology. Everything is basically on the blockchain technology, right?
Yeah.
We have not even reached 1% of the use cases, but I'm assuming both of them have to coexist, and the use cases across. Even when you talk about supply chain or finance industry or let's say, technology per se or the government institutions, enterprises, everyone will be slowly and gradually adopting blockchain.
Correct.
I think people have adopted blockchain as a technology.
Yeah.
It's just slowly and gradually when we include that with the entire Web3 world as well. So very soon to follow. But things move so fast here. I don't think it will take another 10 years. I think within few years, we all will be there.
Yeah,
so,
we are all gonna. It's just a matter of time.
Just a matter of time, and I think not a long time.
Yeah.
It will be done very, really soon.
Yeah.
That's what we feel.
Yeah, because things keep changing quarterly. Within two days there's something happening.
Correct.
So the space is evolving very faster than I think we all thought how
Correct.
it is heading to?
And I can very proudly say, right, like the work that I've done in past 6 or 7 months, let's say being part of Polygon is something that I might have not done, let's say in the past 3 years as well.
Wow.
The journey is like so immense, so interesting and full of like ups and downs, but I
Yeah.
think it's like really great. Guys, you should be in the Web3 world.
Awesome. So you mentioned something about being in the Web3 world, and what you learned in 6 months, you couldn't have achieved where you were, in the 3 years of time.
Yeah, yeah.
So since the nature of this is so fast, how do you think we can cope up with this fastness? How do you think we can, we can just figure out, learn, unlearn in such a short amount of time, especially for the devs,
Yeah.
because they have to make it, right?
Yes, yes. I think very interesting question. I think it's all about the exposure, right? Because people have so much content and so much things to basically consume
yeah.
on. We maybe like just get confused, are we actually supposed to learn and unlearn everything and everything?
Got
I think
it.
just find out like what works best for you, focus on that one particular direction. Obviously
Yeah.
you have like, there's a concept of breadth and depth, right?
Yeah.
The breadth you always should be across like all sort of domains,
Yeah.
but figure out what works best for you and like bring out the depth in one sort of domain, right? And that's how you work together.
Yeah.
You can't have depth in everything and anything out there.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to do it. But yeah, interesting journey again.
Yeah. So this is one question where I want you to answer in just single one word.
Sure.
When I talk about Web3, what is the first one word which comes to your mind?
Oh, interesting. I think I'll just say exciting.
Why?
Why? Because of this entire space, right? It's so fast. The team, the culture, everything is so interesting.
Yeah.
Even we are doing like 100% remote, but then we don't feel that the team is like really staying far.
Yeah.
I think that the talent that comes up, right? Everyone is so full of energy all together. So you all want to work together. Like for example, like say when I was planning to come over, I took like almost an hour, more than an hour to reach here. I was like little, oh my God, like need to go and over there.
Yeah.
But then as soon as I entered this place, it was another vibe. So I was like,
Yeah.
yes, full of energy again.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I link up everything with like exciting and full
Yeah.
of energy. And of course the use cases, right? You actually feel there are like a lot of projects that might not solve out a problem,
Yeah.
right? But there are so many interesting use cases that you can actually solve out. There's so many problem statements that you can solve out. And this entire concept of ownership and decentralization is very fascinating. So I think yes.
Okay, so any last advice you would want to give out to the young builders and beginners in this space?
Oh, I'll just say, guys, like keep on building. Of course, Polygon is always there to support you all. We are working with DevFolio as well on this entire initiative. But like whatever support, whatever team, whatever efforts you need out there, Polygon is definitely there to support you all. We'll just say don't worry about the market conditions. Just keep on building.
Yeah.
I think that's what we always say in all of the narratives that we have. Just keep on building, and we'll find the right way.
Awesome.
That's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. It was really
Thank
great
you.
having you.
All right.